Woody's World, we have a 3-day ticket. You get your ticket punched. You can go to all the theme parks at Woody's World. Woody's World brought to you by Shanahan Steakhouse. You know what's bothering me today? Good. I don't. No, I want to talk about the Denver Nuggets coaching search, and we kind of talked about it at the top of the show. We are now around June 10th. The draft is 16, 17 days away. We are now getting guys in here. We've gone through a week or so ago where the Nuggets brought in a bunch of guys that couldn't play in the YMCA. Oh, nice guys. But we're not trying to draft a nice guy here. We're not trying to draft a guy that played for Metro State or Wyoming or CSU Pueblo or New Mexico Highlands or DU or Nebraska / whatever they have in Nebraska. So then the second wave of guys that came in are guys that are not going to be drafted in the top 7. They got the 7th pick. We know what the pick is. We got 7th pick. We saw a bunch of guys that are going to be drafted, mostly 8 through 14. If they end up with the kid, Johnson, this has been a bad draft. He is not one of the top 7 players in the draft. But I guess it doesn't matter to the Nuggets because they don't have a coach, so it doesn't matter looking at him. 17 days, we heard, and Les said, and this is not to put down a Les, and Chris Dempsey was here, oh, they're going to have a coach by next week. Well, that was 2 weeks ago. Well, they didn't have a coach by last week. Now we're hearing that they're interviewing Mike Monroe, who writes...
Malone.
Mike Monroe writes about the Spurs for the San Antonio paper. Used to be with the Denver Post. Mike Malone was at Sacramento. He was an assistant coach for years and years. And his record, I looked up his record. His record's like 33-73 or something. It's not any good. And I thought, gosh, I don't remember, and maybe I don't pay close enough attention. I don't remember the Kings being any good at all. DeMarcus Cousins, I don't remember him flourishing under Malone. They got rid of him. Here's the funny thing, and I don't know whether you thought about it, Les, or any of you out there. So the guy that, by some accounts, is now considered the #1 pick was replaced in Sacramento by the guy that was fired here. So Sacramento, whose general manager used to be the assistant general manager here, who was considered a candidate for the Nuggets job, fired this guy to hire George Karl. I don't think Malone is considered universal. Is that what we're down to? We're now taking people who've been thrown on the garbage dump by other people, and it's not going to be the case when the garbage truck goes by that somebody's going to say, why? Somebody threw away a perfectly good head coach in the NBA. Malone is not the answer. Why are they even talking to him? Why are they talking to him? Why is suddenly Mike D'Antoni out of the mix? Because he wanted a few bucks more than Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke wanted to pay? Let's hope not. Melvin Hunt, why didn't you just give him the job? If that's where you want to go. They obviously aren't considering the fans in regard to, the fans are going to suddenly buy season tickets. If they don't care, why should we care? They're not considering the media because nobody in the media, I've not heard one person in the media say, Malone, that's a great pick. No one here, anywhere else, Sacramento going, he wasn't up for the Orlando job. He wasn't up for the New Orleans job. He wasn't up for the Oklahoma City job. Suddenly, Malone? I would rather have as a coach John Malone, who is one of the richest men in the world. He could buy a lot of players. He could buy and sell players. I just don't understand it. I sit here day after day going, what in the hell are they doing? Does his good friends, Josh Kroenke and Tim Connolly, sit around and say, let's just drag this out for another week. It doesn't matter. The draft can come and go. Maybe we'll hire one by the time camp starts. Or maybe we'll just, opening night, we'll go, here's Rocky. And instead of Rocky coming down from the ceiling, it will be the new coach. And they'll go, introducing our new coach. And the guy is a PA announcer. I'm not allowed to talk about announcers that bad. And here's our new Nuggets coach. Nuggets, come on, I'm reaching out to you. Hire a coach. Hire a coach. Don't hire Malone. Don't hire Melvin Hunt. Hire Mike D'Antoni. Get somebody in here that knows what they're doing, that knows how to run the basketball, that will hire a top defensive assistant, maybe even call me Mr. Tibbs for him, for Les Spiro. But forget about Malone. Forget about this search. Get it over with, Nuggets. We're a little bit tired of this. One of the greatest NBA finals is going on, and we've got a joke going on in Denver. I'm Woody Paige, and that's my opinion. Shanahan's Steakhouse has been selected. I don't want to read that. Shanahan's is a great, great restaurant. Forget about the public. Forget about the open table. Listen to me. Listen to me. Here's what's great about Shanahan's Steakhouse. That the next day, you're still going to love Shanahan's Steakhouse. Not because it's sitting with you, because you're going to look in your refrigerator, as I do, and you go, wow, there's a half steak in there. Wow, man, that baked potato is the biggest. That baked potato could be entered in those contests where they have the large watermelons and stuff like that. That baked potato is so big that it's 3 meals. The steak is 3 meals. Here's the point I want to make today, is that when you go to Shanahan's Steakhouse, you are getting food to either feed you for 3 days or to feed a starving nation somewhere. You could put it in a box and send it somewhere and say, give this to all the people. Shanahan's Steakhouse, greatest restaurant in Denver, greatest people, greatest service, greatest wine selection, greatest tables to sit at. There's nothing that's not great about it. Shanahan's Steakhouse, make a reservation today, shanahansteakhouse.com.